What's up, co-consults? Allie's here, so I decided to jump on. I need to share my screen, okay? My new greeting is blood clots and prayers. All right, blood clots and prayers. Let's get into this. What year is this? 2025. 2025 is snitch season. Snitch season. If you're out there committing crimes or being accused of committing crimes and you're doing it with other people, you're going down. Let's hold on. So last week, right? Last week was rough for me. But aside from that, last week was really rough for me. Aside from that, when the prosecution extended the offer to YNW Melly's co-defendant, when they extended it to Bortlen, I was like, I don't know. You guys know I am very much against plea dealing. But this plea made a lot of sense. This plea made a lot of sense. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, and then I'll give my opinion. I hate plea dealing, but for this specific plea, it's only a lot happened last week. I was gonna pre-record a video. I could not get to it because I had to travel all the way to the south, and it was a mess. But I got back last night. Was it this morning? I got back. I don't know. I had like 5 hours of sleep, and I had to go to work. But I'm here. So let's get into it. This is today's court proceedings. Hold on. I know this courtroom has really bad microphones, but this is I don't know. By the time I tuned in, the hearing was already over. I think YouTube has an update. That's not how it was before. Shout out to Benji. Okay. Hold on. Where's the jar? Hold on. Wait. I'm a little distracted, but there we go. Yeah, Bortlen said that man said he's going to take that plea. And frankly, I don't blame him. All right, so just a quick summary. Okay, this is from Yahoo Entertainment. Okay, here's what they're reporting. The YNW Bortlen, the rapper who was arrested in 2019 and accused of taking part in the killings of two members of his YNW crew, has agreed to take a plea deal. Bortlen pleaded no contest to one count of tampering with a witness, two counts of being an accessory to a capital felony, and one count of unlawful use of two-way communication device. In exchange for his plea, prosecutors agreed to dismiss several charges against him, two counts of first-degree murder, one count of witness tampering, and directing the activities of a criminal gang. Bortlen, whose legal name is Cortland Malik Henry, was sentenced to 10 years in prison, which will be followed by 6 years of probation. I don't like probation, though. I really, really don't like probation. On a scale, we're not even going to do a scale, but I hate probation. It's 6 years of probation. In any event, he'll be given credit for time served. A spokesperson for the Broward County State's Attorney's Office told some media outlet that Bortlen will have to give a sworn statement to prosecutors that will explain his role in the alleged act. That I did not have evidence of this, but listen, I've been a prosecutor before. I was a public defender, and then now I do civil work. But my prosecutor senses were tingling. I did not know this for a fact that Bortlen would be cooperating, but it made sense. It made sense because the offer was too good. Again, I don't like plea dealing, but this offer really, really, really excited me. It really excited me. And the reason it excited me is because I am against lengthy terms of incarceration. And if you roll the dice, there's a good chance he was going to, yeah, there's a good chance he was going to be convicted for an extended period of time. Shout out to Ali. Ali said co-consult and replay crew. Like, subscribe, share with a homie co-consult. Ali, I've been doing a terrible job. I've been doing a terrible job, but I'm trying to get back, okay? I'm trying to get back. So I do appreciate you posting this because I don't ever tell people to like or comment or do any of these things. But in any event, so now we have confirmation that Bortlen is going to cooperate with the prosecution and he's going to cooperate. As for Melly, I don't know. I don't want to speak prematurely on that, but this is not looking good. Okay. So the article goes on to say that it's important to know that Cortland pled no contest today, so he has not admitted anything. Okay, so apparently that's what his attorney told Pitchfork. Sure, no contest could mean something to some extent, but he pled guilty to. Well, I mean, it's no. In my books, he pled guilty. So let's move on. So there is no requirement or expectation that he cooperate with the prosecution against his co-defendant in the case, nor do I anticipate that he will be called as a witness by either side. So his plea should not be construed as an admission of any kind, nor can it be used against him or anybody else. Trial was set to begin tomorrow, and he was facing multiple counts of mandatory life sentences if he was found guilty. So this plea was in his best interest to mitigate any exposure. And so that's why he decided to move forward. I don't care what this attorney is saying. This man is cooperating. Let's see, how old is he? Let me bring up my No, first I have to Google because I don't know. I don't know how old he is. Does he have a Wikipedia page? I don't know. He was born in 1999. How old does that make him? I don't know how old people that were born in 1999 are. Hold on. So calculator, what year is this? 2025? 26? Okay. 26, 10 years, 36. Yeah, I think that's a solid plea offer. That is solid. I mean, the world will be very different. Ali said he's 26, same age as her brother. Yeah, the world will be very different in 10 years, but still, at least he does not get to spend the rest of his life incarcerated. Okay, I know there's somebody out there. Oh, what about the victims? I'm sorry, there's somebody else advocating for them. And apparently, the prosecutors in this case thought this was a fair plea. All right, let's move on. So, Bortlen was arrested in 2019 alongside Melly and charged with first degree murder in connection with the deaths of Warren W. Juvie and Warren W. Sack Chaser. Bortlen was 20 at the time of. Dang, he spent what, 6 years behind? Oh, actually, so if he gets credit for time served, again, it depends on how they calculate time in Florida. But he might actually have less than 10 years to go, and 10 years go by rather quickly. I've been a parent for over a decade, and the time has gone by. All right, so let's see. Okay, so Bortlen was 20 at the time of his arrest. He was released on bond in 2020. He was returned to custody after being charged with witness tampering in October of 2023. Okay, so that gives him about, I don't know, maybe 2.5 years, something along those lines of credit. So Warren W. Melly's trial began in June of 2023, ended in a mistrial. I watched that trial, but it is still in the process of being retried with a case scheduled to restart in January of 2027. I have to get back into Warren W. Melly because Ali, I sent you an email. I think, but I think I sent you an email the day that YNW Melly fired his entire defense team. That's a move that I did not anticipate. I did not see that coming unless it's strategic. What I mean by that is unless he did that in order for him to get an extension or to kick back his trial date, right? So maybe he has some type of advantage for doing that. But I don't know. Starting over with folks that don't actually know anything about the trial and they have what? If it's set for January, like 4 months to prepare, that's a lot going on. Ali said Melly did fire his whole team and hired new lawyers. Who did he hire though? Because the thing about Melly, he one of his attorneys, I believe, had some type of criminal conviction. So I know she's a real one. I'm not saying you have to have a criminal conviction as a defense attorney to really be in the trenches, but I knew she was a badass. Okay. To me, in my books, I knew she was not to be messed with. But again, these are folks that, or maybe they were telling him to plead out. That could be. I don't know where the breakdown in communication has been, but I do have to get back to Melly. Over the last how many weeks I've been consumed by Nicholas Casotis. That case is still unbelievable. And then we watched together the other case out of Tallahassee. What's that woman's name? I forgot. The family that got together and decided to off the brother-in-law. Ali said she didn't get my email. I don't know why. Or why not? Okay, so apparently he hired $1 million. Oh, this reminds me. So today I read a headline about this is actually very, very disappointing. It's unrelated. We'll get into this video very soon, but I don't want to lose my train of thought. So when Ali said that he hired $1 million lawyer, this reminded me of Rally, ASAP Rally. Today I read a headline. I was at work and we use I don't know, one of those MSN or something. Anyways, it pops up every time that I am in Edge. And the headline pretty much alluded that the judge wants Rally to drop the complaint against ASAP Rocky, because apparently the judge forewarned him that he's going to lose and he's going to be on the hook for ASAP Rocky's attorney's fees. The disappointing part is this. Apparently, his attorneys, the same attorneys that had represented Johnny Depp in his trial against Amber Heard, decided to drop Rally once ASAP Rocky was acquitted. Okay. Again, I still think that was again, this is me speaking from the lens of a public defender or a poverty lawyer, somebody that did not get paid to win or lose, but to represent folks and uphold the Constitution. So, from that lens, right, I think that Rally's attorneys should have gone ahead and still pursued the claim because civil cases, much lower bar. Unless the attorneys worried that um because of what is this? Because of ASAP Rocky's status as a celebrity, they could not get an impartial jury. I still think they should have gone ahead. I don't think they should have dropped ASAP Rally. What's up, Fever? It's been a while. Maybe it's been 2 or 3 weeks. How you doing? Let's see. Ali said that, yeah, I know. We need to do better. But let's get into this though. Listen, this hearing, I did not get to watch it, but I'm very, very excited. And when the offer was made, I literally took screenshots because I was going to make a full blown video. But I had a personal emergency, so I had to travel. But I'm back. In any event, last week, when the offer was put on the record, people were commenting. There was some guy, I don't remember, maybe you can go find the comments, But there was some guy on the law and crime. He was actually spamming the comment all over. Apparently, if he was offered under these circumstances, if he was offered 16 years, he was going to sign. And this is the first time we have ever felt like an offer, a plea offer was actually fair, because if he survives prison, right, he actually gets to live, he gets to have a decent life, or that's what I'm hoping for. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Let us get into this. Come on, get started. These people have bad audio. I'm gonna have to put. Can I put captions on? And he's smiling and everything. He is smiling and everything. He knew he was gonna take the offer. All right, come on. That man is happy. Dang, he gets what, 8 years? Hmm. For that probation though. Probation gets you. All right, can you guys get started? Are they actually talking, or is it just me? Hold on.
Cortland Henry, 19. Okay, let me go back on the record. This is on the top of my page 5, State versus Cortland Henry, 19-1871 CF10A and 23-10643 CF10A. I've got Ms. Collins, Mr. Griffiths present for the state. I've got Mr. Haddad, Mr. Nascimento present for Mr. Henry, who likewise is present. So I had set this afternoon the deadline as to whether or not Mr. Henry wanted to accept the state's offer or not. We're set to go with jury selection tomorrow morning. So Mr. Haddad or Mr. Nascimento will go forward to change of plea this afternoon.
What did it say?
And state, is it the same terms that you discussed previously? Is there anything different?
No, Your Honor, that has changed.
But what has changed?
So the preforms to me look like on the 19th case as to the 2 counts of accessory after the fact, as well as to all 4 counts in the 23 case. These are going to be adjudications, 10 years Florida State Prison, followed by, that's a 6 years probation. 6 years probation. All counts will run concurrently. All sentences run concurrently with one another. It looks like
Yeah, that's a decent. That is a decent. That's a decent offer. Because I remember when ASAP Rocky was on trial, Benji asked me if I thought that he was making a mistake by not accepting the offer. And I went with my classic answer, which is I don't like plea dealing, which I really don't, because I believe that the prosecution has to prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt. But under these circumstances, this is a solid offer. Even though I've not seen everything, I watched the first YNW Melly trial, okay? And based on that trial, and based on some of that evidence, I think the defense has a steep hill to climb. It might be different for Bortlen because he is not as popular as Melly. So, as far as Melly's concerned, there's a chance you can find somebody that can relate to him. As for Bortlen, I don't know.
there's no restitution in the 23 case. In the 19
Let's see.
case, I'm reserving restitution and ordering it payable. That's going to be to Terry Bagley as well as Ashley.
Dang, why don't you get my notifications? I think I'm shadow banned. They don't like my Donald Trump coverage. Yeah, I don't know, because even when I search for my own channel, I don't actually find my channel anymore. I don't know why.
We've spoken to them and they don't anticipate there being any restitution.
Okay, well, I'll give you.
All right, well, Allie is a solution for you.
20 days to tell me the amount. If there's
Yes,
no
sure.
amount, it won't be restitution.
They are present as well too, so Margaret Johnson has.
Yeah, Fever also says this is a great offer. Cannot believe he got that. We need to take a deeper dive into Portland because I don't ever recall being excited about an offer. But this offer, I am really, really, really excited about. You think I know these people? I don't know these people, but this is a darn good. This is a good offer. You take the offer and you run. You definitely run with it.
Okay.
Yeah, for 26, if he was like 78 or something, I was like, make them go to trial. Make them go to trial. But this is a really good offer.
No,
Okay.
as of today, they said there is none.
All right, and state, is that the complete term? That's it?
Um, he's also going to be giving it to Crawford, Your Honor, at a later time.
Okay, so he's gonna give them something. I don't know what was the attorney's name again? Hold on. What's the attorney's name? I don't know, I cannot find it in the article, but yeah, he's gonna give them something.
Is that part of the negotiated resolution?
It is.
So tell me how that works.
Yeah. Oh, sidebar. No, we want to hear. What do you mean?
Come on, Madam Clerk, this is not on.
Come on now. That's what I needed to find out.
Your oath, I'm gonna ask, Mr. Henry, I'm gonna put you under oath, and I'm gonna ask you some questions. If I ask you something you don't understand, please let me know. I'll try to ask you a better question, okay? As loud as you can, so the court reporter can get down all the answers, okay? Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? You can put your hand down. Please state your full name. How old are you?
Okay.
How far did you go in school? Do you read and
What did he
understand
say? I don't know.
the English language? Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Have you ever been treated for a mental illness? Are they giving you any medication in the jail right now? How are you feeling this afternoon?
Good.
Your head is clear.
Good. I'm feeling really good, Judge. That should be your only response. How are you feeling? What did he say?
In the jail right now. How are you feeling this afternoon? Your head is clear.
What did he say? I'd say good, really good, great, excited. Like,
You understand what's
get the
going on
volume
this
low.
afternoon. You understand you're resolving 2 pending felony cases this afternoon. Mr. Haddad or Mr. Nascimento, have you seen or heard Mr. Henry say or do anything which would call into question in your mind whether he understands what's going on?
Nothing at all. No, yeah.
All right, so Mr. Henry, it's 2 cases, sir. I'm going to go one at a time.
Okay.
In case number 19-1871 CF10A, this is before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state. You were charged as follows. Counts 1 and 2 is murder in the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital offenses. The maximum and mandatory penalty is life in Florida State Prison. Counts 3 and 4 are accessory after the fact of murder in the first degree. Those are each first degree felonies. The maximum penalty is 30 years in Florida State Prison. In case number 23-10643 CF10A, you're charged in count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony. That is punishable by life in Florida State Prison. Count 2, directing the activities of criminal gang. That's a first degree felony. Again, punishable up to life in Florida State Prison. Count 5.
There's a good offer. This is a darn good offer, okay? Because he's looking at life, 30 years. And he gets what? He gets what? 16, basically 10. Okay, Fever said volume's low. Unfortunately, that's the quality of the microphones. I'm sorry, I cannot control that. Allie says this is the most. Allie said this is the most excited she has ever heard me talking about a deal. Apparently, I sound excited about this deal as when I'm doing my laundry and ironing. Allie, I am excited. This is a really, really good offer. This is a good offer. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see. It's a court audio that sucks. Yeah, it's slow. I don't know why they do it. Viva said super excited. This is a good offer. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is a good offer. All right, a little better. Taking this deal is the best decision he's probably made. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's probably. I'm not pretty sure. I don't know this man. I'm hoping he has made other good decisions, but this is, man, life. 30. You get what, 10, 6 years of probation. Even if you mess up, maybe they let it slide for a little bit. If you do go back, it's another 6 or 4 years or whatever you have left. This is a good offer. I have not seen an offer this good in a long time. This is a good offer. You take the offer, you sign, you move on. Okay, you convert to Islam, do something, but move on. You get a real second chance, because most offers they give, most offers that the prosecutors or some prosecutors give criminal defendants are not real offers. Okay, they give offers that are as good as life imprisonment. Because if I remember, Ali, correct me, but I think for the last two standing in the first YSL trial, weren't those offers like 40 years or something? And these folks were, what, in their 30s or 40s or something along those lines? So this is decent. He's 26. You get 10. He has about 2 years of time served. So that's another 8. You get out mid 30s. Okay. You get out mid 30s, maybe early to mid 30s. You get out, you go do something else with your life. While you're incarcerated, I don't know, learn how to fix cars or something. Not even, he's a musician. He can just come back. He can come back and come and rap about some real stuff. Okay. How about that?
Conspiracy to commit tampering, again, as it relates to a first-degree murder charge, that is punishable.
Oh, yeah.
Life in Florida State.
This is definitely a 50 big. This is a real 50 big. FIFA says, yeah, anything is better than life. This is a decent offer.
State prison. Count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device as charged. That's a second-degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State.
15. Okay.
So, sir, again, before the agreement you made with the state.
Okay. So in the event he went to trial, and let's say he was acquitted of everything else, and he got convicted of the charge of what, interfering with a two-way something. I'm not from Florida. I don't know their laws. With a two-way communication charge. Okay. Let's say he was convicted of that and he could get up to 15. This is still a really good offer. If I was the fans, I would have probably argued, or at least tried to convince prosecutor to just give my client the 10 years. Okay. So 10 years and maybe 2 or 3 years probation. I hate probation. Probation's actually really tough. Unless you're, I don't know, you must be a saint or something to get through probation with no issues.
Before the deal you made with the state, your maximum exposure here was life in Florida State Prison, followed by 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 75 years in Florida State Prison.
That's crazy.
Sir, do you understand all the pending charges and the maximum possible penalties involved? And it's my understanding that you want to resolve both cases today. Is that correct? Yes. And that resolution is an agreement you've reached with the state, the terms of which are as follows. Number 1, in the 19 case, you're going to plead no contest to both counts of accessory after the fact. In the 23 case, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 counts as charged. In exchange for that, the state is going to null process, that is, drop the 2 first-degree murder counts. All right, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Yes, sir.
I cannot hear you.
What's happening with that?
That would be no problem.
So he's only going to plead to the tampering with a witness in a capital felony, conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device?
Just the tampering and the unlawful use.
Just count 1 and count 7.
Correct.
State, you're going to null process count 2 and count 5.
Correct.
As it relates only to Mr. Henry.
Correct.
Okay. So Mr. Henry, what it's going to be is 2 counts of accessory after the fact, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device In exchange for that, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count. I'm going to sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. In the unlawful use of a two-way communication device, that's a second-degree felony. The maximum exposure, it's the second as charged, I believe. It's a third, except as it relates to.
Get it right.
I'm happy to look it up.
So
Well, what did you want the negotiated sentence to be for that?
that was just going to be the maximum.
5 years? Is that what you were going to do?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so sir, as to that count, it's going to be adjudication of 5 years in Florida State Prison. So the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count, those come with 6 years of reporting probation after the Department of Corrections sentence. I'll give you credit for all the time that you've served in both cases. All of those counts will run concurrently. All those sentences will run concurrently.
They worked out something for this man. I don't know if it's the prosecution. It's usually the prosecution. They hold the cards. The defense attorneys, this is a good offer. This is a brilliant offer. The sentences are going to run concurrently. This is brilliant. Ellie said Shannon Stillwell was offered 50 years and Yak was life with the possibility of parole. Both took, they took that to motherfucking trial and they beat the charges. So, okay, 16, 17 probation. Good luck. Yeah, it's I mean, it's 6 years, but I don't know. Ellie says he still has a chance to serve his time, come out and not be at the end of his life, right? Being real old and he still can do something with his life when he's released and done his time. I agree with that. I agree with that. Allie, what is this? New York at Christmas is nice and lots of Christmas. What is Allie talking about? There was an old lady that was shot in the Bronx. Was it last week? The week before? Not only shot, she was shot and killed. Crossing the road.
All counts in all cases. That is at the
Shout out to the Bronx, though. I have friends that live out there.
same time with each other. I'm going to have to impose mandatory court costs. I'm going to order restitution payable to Terry Bagley and payable to Ashley Phillips and reservists to the amount. I'm going to give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of that restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that as another condition of your sentence to pay back that restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct a restitution hearing. Sir, lastly, and I want to make it very clear on the record, and it's unrelated to this negotiated change of plea, I guess at some point after the fact, the state wants to take a proffer from you or have a discussion with you, ask you some questions about whatever that may be. What I want you to understand, sir, is I guess that's part of this negotiated resolution, but your answers to any of those questions, whatever they might be, have no bearing on me and have no bearing on this negotiated resolution. In other words, the deal you've negotiated is the deal you've negotiated, and that's the ballgame. Do you understand all that, sir? Have you had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that? They've answered all your questions? You're sure that that's what you want to do?
Hell,
Because I want
hell yeah, Judge. Like, what do you mean? Am I sure? Of course I'm sure.
Mr. Henry, and I'm going to do this.
That man said live, 4 or 5 times. Hell yeah, that man sure. He's gonna take that offer.
At the end of my plea colloquy, whether you resolve the case by way of a negotiated plea or an open plea to me, or you resolve the case by way of a trial, it doesn't matter to me at all. But due to the resources that have been devoted to this case, I have 250 jurors summoned for jury duty starting tomorrow. So I want to be very thorough with you here this afternoon, because if you wake up tomorrow or the next day and you decide you've changed your mind and you want to resolve this case.
Oh boy, not him waking up tomorrow.
Both cases by way of a jury trial, that's not going to happen. All right. If you want to have a trial, the trial starts tomorrow. If you want to,
Sir, Judge, I can reassure you that my client is not going to change his mind overnight. Okay, this is done.
accept the deal, you can accept the deal today, but there's not going to be any buyer's remorse. In other words, because I've given you plenty of time to think about this, talk to your lawyers about it, talk to your family about it. I talked to you about it last week. Kind of looks like your lawyers probably did something or other to get a better disposition for you as of this afternoon, but this is it today. So understanding all that, you've had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that. That's what you want to do.
Hell yeah, Judge. Like,
So, sir,
what is the judge talking about? Of course, this man is going to take the plea. Okay.
has anyone forced you, threatened you, or coerced you into entering these pleas?
No,
If I accept your pleas, there will not be a trial in either one of these cases.
they don't. Nobody has to coerce this man to take this offer. This is a good offer. Fever says 6 years is not that hard. It depends. It depends. Are you? I don't know. If you take substances, it might be a little tricky, but it can definitely be done. It can be done. It can be done. Fever says your little junior co-counsel is yelling. What's up? What's up? What's up, junior co-counsel? Fever said, yeah, he's definitely not changing his mind. This is the greatest deal ever. This is just wow. Life. And you get what? 8 years followed by 6 years of probation. Come on now.
Understand that. If I accept these,
If he does good enough, like he needs to hire an attorney and, basically ask for probation to end early. Come on now.
please, there's a whole bunch of constitutional rights you are giving up. I want to make sure you understand all of
Hey, Aaliyah.
those rights. You have the right to maintain your plea of not guilty and have a trial in each case. You have the right to present defenses, to file motions and other pleadings in support of your defense. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have the state prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to confront and cross-examine the witnesses against you. You have the right to appeal any decisions that I may have made up to this point or any rulings I might make in a future trial. But understanding by entering this negotiated resolution today, you are giving up all of those rights. The matter is going to be resolved today, right now, this afternoon. Is that what you want to do? Are you satisfied
Hell yeah, Judge. Sign me up.
with your lawyers? Have you had enough time to speak with them? Have they answered all your questions? Are you satisfied with all the work that they have done for you? Sir, I've got two identical plea forms here entitled Plea of Guilty or No Contest to Criminal Charges in Circuit Court. Each one has your name on the top, your initials on the left-hand side, front and back, and your signature on the back. Did you go over both of these forms? Any questions about what's on either of these forms?
Nah.
And is that your signature on the back of each form? Sir, there's a few things that I need to tell everyone that I take a plea from. They may or may not apply to you. If you are not a citizen of the United States, these pleas will result in your deportation. Do you understand that? Under the provisions of the Jimmy Rice Act, if the offenses to which you are pleading are sexually violent or sexually motivated offenses, or if you've been previously convicted of such offenses, then these pleas will subject you to an involuntary civil commitment as a sexually violent predator upon completion of your sentences. Do you understand that? If these are drug offenses, the Department of Motor Vehicles will revoke your driver's license for a period of 1 year. Do you understand that? Sir, paragraph 11 of each form that you sign reads as follows. I acknowledge that my attorney and I have reviewed any discovery disclosed by the state. My attorney and I are unaware of any physical evidence for which DNA may exonerate me. In other words, sir, if there's any physical evidence in the case that we could test for DNA, that DNA evidence would not tell me that you were not one of the people in that vehicle when these crimes occurred. But actually the opposite would be true. If there was any such physical evidence that could be tested for DNA, that DNA evidence would tell me that you were one of the two people that was inside this vehicle when these crimes occurred. Sir, do you agree with that statement? State, do you agree with that statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, do you agree with that statement? Mr. Henry, understanding everything that I have talked to you about up to this point, do you still want to go ahead and resolve both cases
Hell yeah, Judge. Like, stop asking me. Come on now.
today, right now?
Yeah.
Defense, is he stipulating to a factual basis for the purpose of each plea in both cases?
Yes.
And if he's entitled to a PSI, defense, are you going to waive that as to each case?
Absolutely.
Yes. Come on, let's do it.
State, is there anything else that you need me to do before I take this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge, take the plea, please.
So, Mr. Henry, again, two cases. We're going to do one at a time. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A. As to count 3, accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree.
Whose relatives are these? No, I want to say this is Melly's mom, but I'm not sure. Because that's just a, oh, who's this? Somebody out here is more excited than I am. Hold on. Yeah, this person is more excited than me. Is that?
2 cases, we're going to do one at a time. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A. As to count 3, accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree. And as to count 4, accessory after the fact as to murder in the first degree. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Isn't this Melly's little brother? Let me see. What does he look like? No, you're getting distracted. Move on.
In case number 23, 1064.
I think, isn't this Melly's little brother?
43 CF10A. As to count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I will accept your no contest pleas as to each. I'm going to find a factual basis to support each based upon my review of each electronic probable cause affidavit as well as your stipulation in court here today. I'm going to further find that you have freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights, that you have knowingly entered each plea with the advice of competent counsel who you've told me that you are satisfied with, that you understand the nature of the charges and the consequences of the plea. Accordingly, and pursuant to the negotiated agreement, I will sentence you as follows. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A, as to count 3 and count 4, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison.
Okay.
That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs. Pursuant to 943.325, I will need a set of your prints and DNA. Pursuant to 938.27, I will impose a cost of prosecution of $100. Sir, I'm also ordering restitution in that case payable to Terry, Terri Bagley, Bagley,
Look them up.
and Ashley, Ashley Phillips, Phillips, and reserving as to the amount. I'm going to give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of the restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that as another condition of your sentence to pay back. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct a restitution hearing. That will conclude that matter. In case number 23, 10643 CF10A, as to count 1 and count 7, I will adjudicate you guilty. Count 7 is a sentence of 5 years in Florida State Prison. Count 1 is a sentence of 10 years in Florida State Prison, followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs in that case as well. I will not impose the cost of prosecution in that case as I just did so in the previous case. Pursuant to 943.325, I will need another set of your prints and DNA. All of these, there is no restitution in that case. All of these sentences, all counts, both cases, will run concurrently. That is at the same time with each other. I will give you credit for all the time that you have served. State in 19.
Listen, this is the plea deal of the century. Plea deal of the century. This is wow. I don't even know what to say. Ali said he got such a good deal because they could show their police reports. As Mekshard would say, writing reports is part of your job, correct? So where are the police reports? Shout out to Mekshard. And so we all know his name is Max, and he represents right. He did that all the freaking time. And I forget this man who represented Nicholas Casodas again. He tried to do it. It was not the same. Not the same. It just wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. But this plea deal, listen, shout out to Bortlen, okay?
871 CF10A, your announcement.
Shout out to him. You guys know that I like snitches. I think people should not even like, I love snitches. I think if you get yourself in, you decide how to get yourself out. This is a really good decision. I approve. I approve this plea deal.
And in case number 23, 10643 CF10A, state your announcement as to count 2 and count 5. I think that concludes all the matters. State, is there anything else that you need me to do regarding Mr. Henry in either case?
Just we just have one moment.
They done?
I'm looking at the plea forms, the 23 case, they have 707 days credit for time served. In the 19 case, 1,340 days credit for time served.
Nothing else, but I think we just have it in order.
Okay. So listen, the fee hearing docket is at 3:30 p.m. So,
We've already spoken with BSI, I think we're just in order.
okay. I mean, I was going to make it available if you wanted to do it now.
I think BSI has probably.
Okay. So they're in charge.
Coordinated with us.
Yeah.
Judge.
Anything else from the defense on behalf of Mr. Henry?
No.
All right, Mr. Henry, I'm not quite sure how your lawyers managed to do this, but
Even the judge is surprised. The judge says, I am not quite sure how your lawyers managed to pull this ish off. But this is such a good deal. We need to go back because even the judge is shook. The judge is shook that the prosecutors agreed to dismiss the murder charges. Come on now. Yeah.
okay. So they're in charge.
Coordinated with us.
Yeah.
Judge.
Anything else from the defense on behalf of Mr. Henry?
Let's go.
No.
All right, Mr. Henry, I'm not quite sure how your lawyers managed to do this, but I wish you good luck, sir.
Oh, for real, good luck. Good luck to Mr. Henry.
Yeah, he'll be on Mr. Nesmith and Mr. Haddad. We'll have a probation officer here tomorrow. He'll be
I want to say shout out to all public defenders. I don't know that his lawyers are public defenders. Let me look him up. What's the lawyer's
on my
name?
docket tomorrow morning for the instruction.
Hold on. John something.
So I will sign all the paperwork if you want to stick around for that. We're otherwise going to be in recess until 3:30 p.m. The fee hearing docket starts at 3:30 p.m., so I'll be in a recess until then.
Listen, shout out to all public defenders. This guy's name is John something. Getting distracted. I'm just gonna go home. Yeah, you made the right decision for yourself. Don't let any of these other people tell you otherwise, okay? All these folks that talk about rats this, rats that, rat your way out of jail, okay, or prison. Yeah, Fever said this is unheard of. This deal is too freaking good. It's too freaking good. Ellie said, what do you think is going to happen to Melly now after this deal? If Melly takes it to trial, or you think the deal is really going to hurt Melly? I think there's no way this man is not going to provide information. He's going to provide something because the deal is too freaking good. It's too freaking good. He's going to say something. I don't know what he's going to say, but he's going to say something. Because isn't it last week or the week before when recordings leaked of the big YSL guy, what's his name? Georgia. Young Thug. Didn't they release audio of him apparently ratting or something? I like Snitch, so I had no problems with that. But people were upset about that. For people that are incarcerated, you're ratting. I don't care what people say. You're going to say something. Well, for Bortlen'S, he might do what Woody did or what he claims to it. Woody was talking, but he's claiming that he got some of the truth mixed in a little bullshit, and then and then he kept on moving. Maybe that's what Bortlen'S going to give them, but Bortlen'S, knows something to some extent, for him to decide to enter into, or at least plea no contest, or plead no contest. As for YNW Melly, his trial that's scheduled for January. I don't know how his new lawyers will be able to get up to speed with such little time, but maybe they pull it off. As for Melly, I don't want to speculate, but here's the thing: if they give Melly a really, really good offer, he's probably going to take it. Okay. Fever, I definitely love snitches. I can't even lie. I cannot lie. Cannot lie. Uh, let's see. Uh, Ellie says apparently they're my favorite, especially their self snitching. Uh, I love snitches. I just do. Fever said it do be entertaining when they take the stand. Uh, Dang, rally was something else. Rally was just, I don't know. We'll figure. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, rally was on something else. Ali thinks that Melly should take a deal and not take it to trial at this point. Now that Bortlen took this deal, what, Ali? I'm gonna drop the link. Come up here. How do I do this again? I've not done this in a long time, but I think this is how. Is this it? Yeah, put up the link. I just want you to tell me um, why you think that Melly should take a deal. Uh, all right. So the calls. That's a thing. People they can talk about no snitching, no snitching. When you're behind bars and you're the one that's actually fighting for your liberty, you're gonna talk. I don't care how, with the exception of like King Von. King Von was a real one, but everybody else talks. Ali said Woody was finessing his way out of the interrogation room. I guess you could say that, but man, this offer here, I don't. This offer, whoever, I forgot, I was looking at the defense attorney. This defense attorney is going to have a whole bunch of people calling him up. Let's see. What's his name? Why aren't they including his name in here? Let me play this while I search for John something. John Johnson, I think that's his name. I'm not sure.
He's on there.
Who's he looking at? His family? Yeah, he's excited. I don't blame you, baby. I'm excited for you too. I'm really, really excited. Look at that man. He said, I'm about to go home. Florida. I think he's communicating with his family through his grills. That might be how, maybe I don't know. That that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. No, no, yep, he's definitely signaling through grills and tongue. I don't know what it means, but it looks. I think it's a positive message that he's relaying to his loved ones. Maybe somebody's talking to him. I think I found the lawyer. Hold on. I think I found the lawyer. Let's see. Let's see. Miami. Oh, I think Allie's here. Yeah. What's up, Big Allie?
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. Why are you not as excited as I am?
Cause
What's
yeah,
going on?
I can't believe you say. Why do you think that Melly should take a deal now that Bortlen did?
Yeah.
Because you know my answer is gonna be, well, like, what is he gonna win, Melly?
I don't know. Maybe he pulls it off.
I don't think he can.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, hey, look, if they took the DP off the table and as a deal, if I was him, I would take it.
Yeah.
Instead of rolling the dice and taking that chance, and it's a capital punishment
Yeah.
case. If I got 10 life sentences without parole, I'd probably take it over what he's
Hell
facing.
no. You take life? Nah.
Over the death penalty any day.
I guess.
I guess you can appeal it and it's going to take a long time and you might get off death row and get hit with a life sentence anyways, but
Yeah, I suppose so, but
I feel like Bortlen has too much to say or he's going to come up with something.
they're gonna give that man a soda, like a Philly cheesesteak or something. He's gonna talk. I mean, he's gonna talk. He already has his time, so he's gonna talk. So
And
yeah,
he's still young. He's going to get out and he's still going to be able to do something with his life if he chooses to. He's not going to be old and
right,
crippled and at the end of life.
right, and that's what excites me about his offer, or at least the plea, because he can, as you said, he gets an opportunity, he gets a chance to be released, and he can do something with his life. So
Like if I was him, I would have done the same thing instead of rolling the dice with 5 life sentences plus whatever else on top of that.
right, and based on the county, I don't know, because beginning of the year I kept talking about how I wanted to watch more cases in Florida because a lot of their cases are interesting. But among these cases that we've been seeing with, I don't want to say gang related because I don't quite agree with the definition, but I think he had one gang charge or something along those lines. But I've not seen in recent years, maybe there are cases out there that have not been televised that do not get coverage. I have not seen this age group. I've not seen these people be acquitted. Okay. I've not seen any of them. We can go back to all the trials that they have aired uh in the Broward County, Miami-Dade, that area. I've not seen any of these kids get a second chance. So that's what has me excited about this offer, because again, he gets a chance. He does in fact get a chance to um do something with his life if he chooses to. So yeah, but I'm really happy about this one. As far as for Melly, I don't know. I'll have to go look back at that testimony because what I remember about Melly, his saving grace was that one holdout juror who was able to convince 2 other people to change their vote. So that was his saving grace. Maybe this time around, maybe he gets more people to hold out, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak prematurely.
Well, sorry. Oh, geez. I was watching Flesh of the Gods was live the other day, and he was doing like a rewatch of the detective. Remember the detective who wanted to be Polo with the mask on or whatever?
I don't quite remember. That was a long time ago.
But when they were asking him questions about his being undercover and all that, he's like, well, I don't have to be there because the
I
undercover
remember.
has video and wiretap. So I'm like thinking Max Shard would be saying, well, where's the video and audio to go with the police reports? Like, I don't understand why it's so hard to prove if that's true.
I remember this part of that testimony because I believe, I don't know, it was some white guy or something. That's all I recall from that. But the problem with a case such as a YNW Melly case, though, you're going to need a lot more damage to go by in order to be able to secure an acquittal, because they don't, from the last trial, I do not recall the prosecution using dirty cops in the YNW Melly trial. If the cops would maybe, I don't know, between now and January a lot could happen. So maybe one of the officers go out there and do some stuff they're not supposed to be do that taints the YNW Melly trial, right? Maybe that can give them an angle. But from the last trial, I do not recall that case actually having dirty cops or people planting evidence or anything of that nature.
1 second, Junior co-counsel's here. She wants to say hi.
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 How's your day?
Oh my goodness, that's so sweet. My day's good. How's your day?
Dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy you got to talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you having for dinner?
Say chicken.
Take it.
You're
No,
always being so good, Aaliyah. When are you gonna
Take
send
it.
stuff?
no burgers tonight. Say no burgers tonight.
Okay. Tell your mom to send me a plate, okay?
Okay, I'll send everybody a plate.
Dang, Allie, she's talking so good.
I know, right? From before.
Yeah. Oh wow. She's talking so good. Yeah, but I don't know. Those are my 2 cents. Eventually, because let me see. I don't know that there are any trials coming up with the exception of there's another Florida case. The young lady that murked her boyfriend in the apartment. I don't remember her name. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Doesn't, not off the top of my head. No.
There's a lady out of Florida.
Was
let
she
me
the fans only? The fans only, or something? And
I want to say it's the OnlyFans. Her parents were arrested or charged with something in Texas. Let me
yeah,
see.
okay, yeah, okay, maybe I think I know what I know what you're talking about.
Let's see. Boyfriend case. I don't even know. These words don't even make sense. I'm just throwing a bunch of words into.
But hey, when you say about the first trial and no dirty cops, what about the lead detective? Remember Moretti with his stuff with, and then the prosecutor got kicked off, and we should do a rewatch of those.
Okay. Well, then I don't remember. So we're gonna have to take a deeper dive. But what I want to do on Thursday, I want to take a closer look at Bortlen'S alleged role. Okay. We don't know that. I just want to see exactly what he's in fact being accused of and how that could implicate Melly. And then from there,
Because he was the one who drove them to the hospital and was in the car when it happened.
shoot. That's not good.
Yeah, that's why he got the 2 that they dropped, because he was apparently, well, he was in the car. He showed up to the hospital with
That's not
Juvie and the other one.
a sack chaser.
Yeah, so that was his alleged role in it. So he was obviously in the car when it happened, because he drove them in the car it happened in.
Well, that's not good for Melly. Well, that's not good. I was gonna take a closer look in order to try and play what is this? I was gonna play counsel for Melly, but this is just now it's giving me a headache. Well, that's not good.
It's about us being good as standby counsel for Lori.
Lori was a mess though. No, Lori was a freaking mess. Ooh, Lori was a mess. Lori was a freaking mess. But I don't know. Yeah, let's get into. I guess we need to start doing a recap of what.
Is Melly's trial set for January 2026 or 27? Because I heard 27.
I thought. Let me double check. Let's see. YNW Melly trial date.
And I know at one of his last hearings, they couldn't do anything because the prosecution appealed the judge's decision about some stuff, so that everything was on a stay.
Oh,
Until
yeah?
that was the appeal was, there was a decision on it.
Okay. All right. So Melly, it's 2027. Okay. I misread that. I thought it was 2026. And that's why I was saying that's not sufficient time for for new lawyers to actually take on the case. Dang, 2027 is kind of far. But that could be part of me wanted to say that could be advantageous to him, but the problem is that witnesses have already testified. So if they become unavailable in January of 2027, the prosecution can just rely on the prior testimony, provided defense had an opportunity to cross-examine. So I don't know. 2027 is. I don't know. I guess that gives his lawyer sufficient time, but I don't know. That Melly trial is not looking too good.
Yeah, so the state attorney's office successfully filed a motion with the 4th District Court of Appeals that resulted in a stay of Melly's retrial, pushing the start date to January 2027.
Yeah, I just double checked that. So that's, I guess it's good for him because his lawyers get sufficient time to actually investigate, right? Especially considering that he has a new panel of lawyers. So that gives them a time to go through this whole thing. But Bortlen'S going to cooperate. Like, there's just no way. I don't care what people say. He's gonna give them something. He's gonna give them something. One way or another, he's giving them something.
Whether it's true or not, I feel like he's giving them something.
Yeah, he's gonna give them something. That's just he's giving them something. That's the reality.
His new lawyers, Melly's new lawyers, are Drew Feindeling and Carrie Haughwot.
Never heard of them.
Drew is a veteran Atlanta criminal attorney. And the other one is a former Palm Beach County public defender.
Shout out to all public defenders. He has hope. He has hope because there's a public defender. Okay. So I know he's getting a good caliber of lawyers.
So Drew is an Atlanta-based criminal attorney known for representing high-profile clients, including Cardi B and Donald Trump.
Not a fan, but okay.
Well, I mean,
no, I'm generally not a fan of lawyers that specifically represent entertainers because I guess this is an entertainer, so that could be advantageous, right?
he should have just hired Takapina.
Takapina is terrible. I'm sorry, but Takapina is terrible.
I know. Could you imagine after how he acted in ASAP Rocky's stuff? Could you imagine this one?
Yeah, and the thing is, the ASAP Rocky trial was not really a high stakes trial. Okay,
no.
And Raleigh was a terrible witness, and apparently Joe Takapina knew that from the very beginning. But if you have a decent witness and you have a likable prosecutor, because the prosecutor in that case, Lewin or whatever his name was, he was a hothead too, so that did not help him. But
the best was when they got into it and Lewin walked out. I'm not scared of you.
Yeah, so that was a little chaotic. Oh, dang, we're only in what, August, September, and the trials have been crazy. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But let's take a deeper dive. We're gonna take a deeper dive into Bortlen on Thursday. I just want to take a closer look at his what is this? I want to take a closer look at the accusations, right? No, and the reason I want to do that is because I just want to see how that might impact Melly. That is part of my focus. And I don't know, what other trials are people watching these days?
I don't know. There's There was the one in Atlanta, Fulton County. It was another RICO.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who was the prosecutor on that? Do you know?
Oh, you know what? You know which one that was streamed yesterday. I only watched part of it, but this is hilarious. It's in Fulton County. He did a murking at a spa, and the prosecutor's Abate and the judge is Glanville.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
I'll send
How
you
did I
the
miss
link.
that?
I'll email you the link for it so you can see it. I'm like, oh my
How did
goodness.
I miss that? Dang, but I was flying yesterday. I had to fly back home. Oh, man.
I'll send you the link for the live stream or whatever for it.
All right, I'll check that out. I'll check that out.
But I was like, Abate and Glanville. This should
Yeah,
be interesting.
right. Did the trial has not ended, has it?
No, they were just having another hearing yesterday, but it was like a long one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've not last week I was watching what's her name? Adelson. I was watching Adelson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That family's
The judge, control yourself.
I'll reserve my comments. Literally, as I was packing, because I was packing on Thursday, and that's when I was watching the verdict, and I'm like, man, I probably should have just gone live, but it's whatever. Yeah, so that's that, and I don't know. I'll figure out which trial to move on to next. Because I did want to, I wanted to record more videos or shorts or whatever. We'll see how that goes. But it's the end of the year. A lot of cases are settling, and I just have to work so I can get a bonus. Like, work. I need to work so I can get a bonus. I'm counting my money before I get my money. So that's where we are, Allie. I'm just trying to. If I can get a bonus, I'll give you guys a gift card on here. All right. I need to get my bonus first. So,
well, you better get working.
girl, I know. I need to work. So, all right, hon. I appreciate you coming up here.
It's always a good time. 50 big, 50 big.
What's that?
I said it's always a good time. We got to do 50,
Oh, 50
big.
big. Yep, it's almost my daughter's birthday, so we're gonna go 50 big, okay?
How old is she?
Big. She's turning 11. That's crazy.
Oh my.
I know she's turning 11. I've been a parent for over a decade, Allie. Like I've been somebody's mother. I have been somebody's mother for over a decade.
And the way we come up here and we used to be messy and chaotic and act a fool, and we're allowed to parent children.
I know, right? I know. Sometimes I cannot believe it, but here we are.
Yep.
All right. Have a good night. I will be live again. Absent something out of the ordinary happening, like somebody dying or something like that. I will be back to my regular schedule. So I'm gonna schedule this again for 8:30 p.m. Tonight I just had to shift it back a little bit because I had to get mail, sort through mail, and it was a mess. But yeah, I was just adulting on the side. But I'll schedule it for 8:30 p.m. on Thursday, and then we'll stick to our regular schedule. So yeah.
And hopefully my email will go through to you this time, because I don't know why we're struggle emailing here, but
No, that is odd because I had also emailed Benji and he has not responded, which is odd because he's very responsive. So I think it's on my end. I think the issue is on my end. That's a problem. Oh, another thing. So I deleted my TikTok because I was not very productive on it. But I'm going to download TikTok again. I'll give TikTok another shot, okay? I don't know what I'm gonna name my TikTok account, but I'll share it once I rename it. So we'll take it from there. Okay. Allie, I'm not gonna keep you. You go eat your chicken and parent
Start
a
filling your
little.
plate.
What's that?
And I'll mail your plate right away, so that way you get it at.
Yes, please. A picture will do.
Okay, perfect. I'll send you the picture when I send you the link to that other one in Fulton County.
All right, that sounds good. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.